Good afternoon, all my rural Xers out there. This is Eric, the rural Xer, coming to you from beautiful Berry College near Rome, Georgia. We are here to take a tour around this magnificent and beautiful campus just north of downtown Rome, Georgia, and actually the place where my brother Larry went to college years ago, back in the 60s, back in the mid to late 60s. And anyway, we're up here to take a little tour. We've been up around this campus before and drove around some, and I thought this would be a good day to come over here and actually take another tour and bring y'all along with us. Now, to give you a little bit of back history on this college, it was started by a woman named Martha Berry back in 1909 officially. She had inherited like 89 acres, if I'm not badly mistaken, 89 acres from her dad, which was a prominent businessman in the area, and she decided to open a college for boys called the Boys Industrial College. And a few years after that, then she started the Berry College for Girls. And over time, it was combined as Berry College. And of course, it wasn't nearly the size of the college it is today. Around 1930, early 1930s, they acquired some money from Henry Ford himself, and they took the money and bought a bunch of land around here. So it was around 30,000 acres that they acquired, combined with what they already had, so that they had quite a few thousand acres of land. Now, they sold some of that off, as I understand it, and they're down to about 27,000 acres now at present day, 2023. But anyway, we are going to take a tour around this campus as much as we possibly can. It's a beautiful campus. It's rated as one of the most beautiful campuses in the South and the biggest campus in the world, with a number of acres that it envelops. So come along and join us, if you will. I was doing my intro right outside what is known as the Bell Recital Hall. And this is it. Not really sure what it's used for other than recitals. I don't know if it's a huge auditorium in here. It looks like at one time it could have been a chapel or a church or something, but it's very beautiful. And as you'll see in the video as we drive around and take more footage of this place, a lot of this architecture is neo-Gothic, as you can tell, and it's just really beautiful. It kind of resembles like Oxford University in England. But we'll walk on around here. Side of it. We're parked in the parking area right here across from it. A lot of traffic over here. It's a Sunday. Started out really cloudy and dreary and everything, but it's turning out to be a fairly pretty day today. And here's the back of it. Now, as you can see, off there in the distance is another building. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's very beautiful. We'll kind of walk up here a little bit to it. Yeah, very, very beautiful, and it's got that neo-Gothic look to it for sure. And these buildings just sprawl all the way back over here to the left. And we're looking at the back side of the building we were just at, which again is the Bell Recital Hall, and we're looking right here at the very back of it. And here's the front side, or more of the front side, I should say, with all of its look like lead crystal type windows in it, arched type windows like you'd see in a church or a cathedral. Very beautiful. And again, of that neo-gothic design. Here's some more angles of that same building. And it is windy out here today for some reason. The clouds moved out, the rain moved out, but now we've got a really stiff breeze. But it is pretty. I'll take the wind any day over the clouds and rain. All right, we are fixing to head out and do a little driving tour. We want to take off and go on up there to the old mill. There's a huge, beautiful mill that they actually used to use. Teresa is watching eagles that are up here. They're towards the actual front of the campus. The main entrance, not too far from the main entrance. That's way up in a pine tree. And we stopped by there for a few minutes and was watching them. But the main male could be the female, or it could be one of the eaglets that was hatched recently. Not really sure. But anyway, we are going to head on around here and drive on up towards the north part of the campus. You go kind of out in the middle of nowhere for quite a ways, for quite some miles, along some fields. Might even see some deer up there. So come on along with us. We've made it up here to the old mill, as you can see behind me. I can get it to go over a little bit. There we go. Right there, the old mill. This was an actual operating mill at one time. A huge wheel, and from what my brother tells me, they actually used this during the time that he was here to grind up corn, probably mostly corn since that's what they mostly grew here. But anyway, we'll kind of explore around here a little bit and see what we can find. There's the old mill. Walk over here and get a closer shot of the actual wheel itself. You can see how huge that wheel actually is. See if I can back out here. Now there's the whole mill, including the building. Here's where the water comes from the mill, comes down the creek. There's the mill off there in the distance. Comes right on down through this pool here. Runs down these rocks and runs under the road to the other side over here. And actually tells the history of the Berry School Old Mill. From the mill's construction in 1930, students under the supervision of a miller used the old mill to produce cornmeal and foodstuffs for the Berry schools. The Republic Mining and Manufacturing Company donated the iron hub while students built the water wheel. At 42 feet in diameter, this is one of the nation's largest overshot water wheels. Berry's Reservoir Lake supplies water to the wheel. Gravity pushes the water up the stone column and over the wheel, turning it. The old mill has been preserved as a testament to the practical training Martha Berry incorporated into her schools, erected by the Georgia Historical Society and Berry College. Very interesting. All right, we're back in the car and we're gonna head on back down the road, back out of here. We had some technical difficulties coming up here. I had the phone mount attached to the dashboard and it didn't seem to want to stick to the dashboard. So I finally had to reconfigure it to the windshield and then actually set the phone, at least the corner of the phone, on the dash itself to help support it so it wouldn't vibrate down or off. And so we had to stop down the road and it kept coming off, and so that was the reason why we missed sections of the road coming up here. So we're going to try to get it all filmed going back. It's very beautiful up here along this road. Of course, right here it's pretty rough because it's gravel. It's well maintained, but it's still kind of rough, especially in a truck that's four-wheel drive and it's got a pretty stiff suspension on it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, or with the stabilization on, it may help a lot with the vibration, hopefully. From this point forward, I'm not going to bore you with any more driving footage since I've shown you quite a bit already. I'm just going to be showing you some more points of interest and historical significance around this beautiful campus of Berry College. This looks like an old-time colonial style house up here on the right straight ahead of us. And there's a cabin off to our right over here. Very rustic cabin.
Yeah, Roosevelt cabin or something, what it said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I couldn't read it quite.
What does that thing there say? The original 83 acres. Okay, that's talking about the original 83 acres that was used for Berry College. Back then, of course, it was the boys' industrial college. Well, here we are outside what's called the Hodge building. As you can see, this placard outside the building, which is a very historic building. It was one of the first buildings that was constructed. It was designed by Captain John Barnwell. This building was constructed by student labor in 1905 to replace the whitewashed schoolhouse that had recently burned. Known as the Recitation Hall until 1922, the building had classrooms, a faculty room, and a principal's office on the first floor, and an auditorium and library on the second floor. It was in this building that students greeted former President Theodore Roosevelt in 1910 before he gave an address to the school in the second floor auditorium. And you can see some of the historic pictures of when they were actually building it. Looks like some of the students. And then this is the person who the building is actually named after, E.H. Hodge. I'll let you read that. And this is what the building looks like today. It has been used for numerous department heads and administration buildings for different parts of the school. And from what it sounded like, it was a very big, well, fairly big building. Probably a very big building for the time that was built in 1910. But here's what it looks like from this side of it. And here's what it looks like from the other side of it. I don't know what building this is, but it almost looks like a church or a chapel or something over here. But it's a very beautiful, interesting building of some sort. I think it is. I can see a cross through the open door towards the front of the back of the church, I should say, where the pulpit is at. Again, it's windy out here. Sorry about that. But yeah. It's very, very unique, very beautiful. One of the many halls here in Berry College, on the campus of Berry College. That concludes this episode of the Rural Xer and our Sunday afternoon tour of Berry College near Rome, Georgia. We hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. If you did, please give it a like and comment below. We would love to read any special memories you may have of Berry College. If you went there as a student yourself, or had a son or daughter who attended, or just attended some special event held there, please leave in the comments section below. I know we haven't been keeping our Facebook and Instagram pages up to date for the past several months, but we're fixing to try to change that. So keep a check on both of those using the links below in the description. I apologize it took so long to get this video out. It's been in the works for the past several weeks since we went and filmed it, but along with life and spring in the south and having to get back outside and do yard work, I also had some technical difficulties editing this project, including losing all of my edits to the first edition of the whole project and having to start all over again. So you can see now why it took me so long. But again, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to our channel for more similar content. With that said, God bless, and we'll see you in our next video.